Hi everyone, it's Cheryl from My Well-Rounded Life. Today I have something special for you. I was asked to be part of a collab for a Cook With Me Weight Watchers Freestyle Memorial Day Barbecue Sides. That's a mouthful. I chose to make some skinny slaw for a very generous half-cup serving. It's only 1 point. And if you want to find out how I made this and everyone else involved in this collab, then I'm gonna need you to stick around, all right? See you in a bit. Before we go any further, I would like to give you the names of the channels that are included in this collab. Kate from Kate and James. Kate is the one who started this collab. Thank you very much, Kate. We also have Weight Watchers with Carrie, Freedom in a Budget, Bee's Journey, and Mother of One on Weight Watchers. You will find these channel names and links down in my description box. Now, for whatever reason, I was not able to make the links look blue and underlined like everybody else's hyperlinks in their description boxes. Mine are just look like a black text, but when I click on them, it does take me to their channels. So they do work, so don't hesitate to try. Go and check out the videos for this collab in all of these channels. Send them some love. Tell them Cheryl from My Well-Rounded Life sent you. And I know you're going to enjoy them all. All right, let's go ahead and get in the kitchen. All right, everyone, let's get started on my skinny slaw. I want to apologize right up front if you hear the dogs barking, because they decided to choose right now to mow the lawn out back, which completely upsets my dogs because there's strangers in their yard and they can't tolerate it. So I had to close the blinds and, you know, try to keep them settled, but I'm sorry if they bark. All right, let me tell you everything that I have in here first. In my bowl here, and I've prepared what I can ahead of time just to save you guys some viewing time. I don't like that piece. All right, I've got some Green Giant fresh tricolored slaw in here. I have roughly 6 cups. This wasn't quite 6 cups, so I added some. This is rainbow slaw from a different store called The Giant. That's their store brand right there. But you know, it doesn't matter. There's so many different varieties out there. Just choose your favorite. Again, this is roughly 6 cups. This will make a generous 7 portions that are a generous half-cup servings, rather, for 1 point each. Now, in this slaw, I have 2 scallions. I got rid of the ends and just chopped them up, and I saved a couple little ends for a little garnish on the top. So let's just add these already chopped up scallions. And I have 1 Fuji apple, and as you can see, I cut them into little matchstick. Of course, that took longer than everything else. And I have it in a little lemon water because I didn't want them to start turning brown before I was ready for them. So I am going to give them just a really quick little strain and rinse. And this is just 1 Fuji apple. Fujis are supposed to be the sweetest apples, and that's why I like them. They're my favorite. However, if you want something a little more tart, you can use a Granny Smith. Entirely up to you. And I found that just 1 of these apples in this whole thing was more than enough. I made this a few days ago, and I got apple in every bite. So the 1 apple was great. My next ingredient are walnuts. I picked this little pack up at a local store and I toasted them. Never in my life did I toast walnuts before, and I was really scared, but I Googled it and I found it to be super easy. These smell so good and they taste good, and they don't smell or taste anything like a regular walnut. Toasting them brought them to a completely different level, and I love it. I took these walnut halves and I laid them out on a cookie sheet. Nothing on the cookie sheet, just the walnuts, and I baked them in a 350-degree oven for 8 minutes. At the 4-minute mark, I took them out and shook them around in the pan, flipped a couple of them over, and because I didn't want them to burn or anything. And then I took them out of the pan and just laid them out on a plate as soon as the 8 minutes were done, so they wouldn't keep cooking on the cookie sheet. Girls, no, no. Sorry. And you need 1/4 a cup, which I have here. The lawnmower is getting closer. Sounds like an edging machine. You need roughly 1/4 a cup. Now this is going to be 6 points for this 1/4 of a cup. And you're just going to roughly chop them. Now I feel that if I put this in my salad, they're going to get a little soggy. I don't know, maybe. These are nice and crispy, and I don't want them to get soggy. So what I did was I waited until I was ready to serve the coleslaw on the table, and I sprinkled this on the top. And then just before it was time to serve it, I gave it another little toss to toss these walnuts around in the salad. Absolutely delicious. I can't stand it. There's only one more ingredient, and that is the Skinny Girl poppy seed dressing. There is 1 point for up to 9 tablespoons. 9 tablespoons. And that is a 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon. Now, when I made it last, I used an even 8 tablespoons. I haven't opened this yet. That was easy enough. And hold on here. The 1/2 cup was plenty. I didn't think so at first. When I was mixing this around, I was like, oh, a 1/2 cup isn't enough. I'm gonna need a lot more. But I really didn't. I just kept tossing, and it ended up being enough. Where's my tongs? All right, so we literally have 3 things in here. We have the tri-mix, the scallions, and the apple. Now this isn't going to be an extremely creamy salad. It's going to be light, crisp, and refreshing. Let's try to keep it in the bowl, Cheryl. And it's going to be a little creamier tomorrow, and it's going to taste better tomorrow than it will today. Always try to make this kind of salad the day before if you can. A really big piece of cabbage there. This looks really good. Really good. I can't believe how easy this is and how good it tastes. And I had a few people taste it for me, my daughter and the woman she was working with that day in the ambulance. I made them take some back to the station with them, and I insisted on hearing their opinion when they were done. And they both said it was very good. They would definitely eat it again, and it was light and crisp. I'm not going to put all of it in here because my bowl's not big enough. But this is delicious. If you want to add more of the Skinny Girl, you go right ahead. Another tablespoon. Like I said, up to 9 tablespoons is going to be enough for just 1 point. And then we're just going to sprinkle this 1/2 cup of toasted walnuts on the top. And believe me, these walnuts, when they're mixed in, they taste wonderful. Don't forget the walnut dust. And if you want to be super fancy, go ahead and be super fancy. There you go. This is my 1 point per serving Skinny Slaw. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. I want to taste it right now. Because I can. All right. I have to get a walnut in this. It tastes exactly like it did when I made it first the other day. And it's going to taste even better tomorrow. So, I hope you enjoy the Weight Watcher Freestyle Memorial Day Barbecue Side Collab. And make sure you check down in my description box below for the other channels that are doing the same thing too. I'm anxious to see what they all came up with as well. Until I see you again, have a great Memorial Day weekend and be blessed.